There is some more breaking news that is coming in at this point in time. The DMK chief has in fact reacted to the power shift in Sri Lanka. Karunanidhi has said that we want Rajapaksa probed. It is time to correct the mistakes of the Rajapaksa regime. T.S. Sudhir, I'd like to come straight back to you. What do you make of the fact that, Karunanidhi has come out and said that they want Rajapaksa to be probed? It's time to correct the mistakes of Rajapaksa. This is a very interesting development given the fact that the president-elect had clearly said that there is going to be no political leader who's going to be probed for alleged war crimes.
Absolutely. In fact, Karunanidhi's comment comes on pretty much predictable lines. This has been the stand of many of the Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu who hold Rajapaksa responsible for all the war crimes in Sri Lanka during the civil war, especially when it was ended in 2009. So they would want him to be tried. They hold Rajapaksa as a hate figure, as a villain of the entire piece. But Sri Lanka, in fact, interestingly, there is still a photograph of Rajapaksa and Sri Lanka together at Sri Lanka's home today, and that was flashed in some of the photographs that have come after the victory of Sri Lanka today. So in a sense, an indication that Sri Lanka, who was part of the political establishment led by Rajapaksa till 2 months back, obviously is not going to immediately take action against Rajapaksa. He wouldn't want to be seen as someone who indulges in this kind of hate politics. So obviously, as far as the Sinhala Buddhist regime is concerned, the political establishment, which is dominated by these two groups, obviously wouldn't want to take anything which will kind of upset the delicate political equations in Colombo.
Right. Smita Sharma, it's interesting because there's always been, a bit of a tug of war between the centre and the state when it comes, to Rajapaksa. They've clearly not been on the same page, something that the UPA regime was in fact forced to submit to, but clearly the Modi government hasn't. With the new president-elect coming in and with, Ranil Wickremesinghe in fact being sworn in as the new prime minister, is that tug of war between the state and the centre now likely to minimize?
Not minimize, maybe yes, slightly lowered. If they were like arguing at top pitch earlier, it will be slightly slower, because remember, all those issues will still remain. They're not going away. You cannot wish them away. At the moment itself, be the issue of fishermen, be the issue of Tamil reconciliation or the 13th Amendment issue in Sri Lanka. Having said that, DMK statement, I think we also need to really remember that in Tamil Nadu in particular, this witch hunt style of politics is something that we have seen over the years, which is very common every time DMK or AIDMK, they've switched powers. We've seen that witch hunt. So perhaps this statement in a way reflects that style of politics too. But in Sirisena's manifesto, if you see, he does not agree to an UN probe into all those war killings. He did speak about a domestic probe, much along the lines similar to what Rajapaksa had been maintaining. So clearly, and Sirisena also is from the majority Sinhalese community, which Rajapaksa also belongs to. So while Sirisena will be under pressure from those minority voices that have supported him to perhaps toe a much more moderate line, I don't see any witch hunt really happening at the moment there in Sri Lanka.
All right, no witch hunt really happening at the moment in Sri Lanka. T.S. Sudhir, Smita Sharma, thanks so much for joining me.